Few studies have considered in detail the range of biosecurity practices undertaken on cattle farms. In this study, 56 cattle farmers in a 100 square kilometre area of northwest England were questioned regarding their on-farm biosecurity practices, including those relating to animal movements, equipment sharing, and companies and contractors visiting the farms. An interview-based questionnaire was designed to collect information from farmers or managers during visits to each of the 56 farms. Questions were asked in relation to selected biosecurity practices. There was then a range of analyses conducted, including descriptive analysis and univariable analysis. Fisher's exact tests were used to investigate differences between the isolation of stock following introduction to the farm from different sources, and whether access of stock to watercourses was affected by whether or not the watercourse traversed farmland upstream. There was a great variation between farms in terms of the type of and extent to which biosecurity was carried out. For example, the majority of farmers did not isolate stock bought on the farm, but a small proportion always isolated stock. Of the 33 farmers that purchased stock directly from other farms, 70% reported that they inquired about the disease history of the vendor farm prior to purchase. Farmers indicated that the diseases of most concern were bovine viral diarrhea, bovine tuberculosis, leptospirosis, infectious bovine rhinotracheitis, and various respiratory conditions. Many farmers administered treatments post-movement, primarily vaccinations and anthelmintics, but very few farms reported carrying out any health checks after moving animals on. The most common intervention was vaccination, followed by anthelmintic administration. The most common vaccines used were for protection against BVD and leptospirosis. Only 7 farms reported carrying out health checks after moving animals on. In addition, there appeared to be much variation in the amount of biosecurity carried out by the different companies and contractors visiting farms. Dead stock collectors and contracted animal waste spreaders, although likely to have a high potential for contact with infectious agents, were reported to infrequently disinfect themselves and their vehicles. Overall, 28% of companies and contractors reportedly parked in animal areas, and of these, most never cleaned their vehicles after visiting farms. As mentioned in Brennan, those companies reported to be most likely to park in animal areas were hoof trimmers, muck spreaders, and dead stock collectors. Of these, the most likely companies to always clean vehicles after parking in animal areas were hoof trimmers. This study was one of the first to investigate the biosecurity measures undertaken by a sample of UK cattle farmers to reduce the risk of pathogen transmission within and between farms. These findings suggest that although certain biosecurity practices are undertaken, many are carried out infrequently or not at all. This may be due to many factors, including cost, lack of proven efficacies of practice, and lack of relevant education of veterinary surgeons, producers, and other herd health specialists. Further research exploring the reasons for the lack of uptake is imperative if preventative medicine is to be utilised fully by farming industry. Thank you.